John's in the studio from Lake Tahoe Adventure Company. How are you?
Great.
Glad you're here this morning.
Yeah, man, lots of fun.
Have you had a great summer?
You know, this summer's been absolutely stellar.
Yeah.
It's been great. The weather's fantastic. This is the time of year to be in Tahoe.
This
is when the locals all get to play, right?
Totally. And we've been blessed with such great weather for this fall.
We have.
Even the spring before the summer hit, we really had a nice season. So
I think we deserve some of that, you know, after the past couple years.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And now we have plenty of time to get out and enjoy ATV tours. Where are you doing those?
Both everywhere. We're open. Rubicon Trail and the Carson Valley, wide open for anything you want to do. Like I said, this is a time to be in Tahoe for not just the locals, but this is kind of our time. But if you're a tourist in town too, there's tons of stuff to do. There's no lines. You got a wide open menu. Anything you want to do, you can step right up and go for it.
Locals like to continue to play, so you have things like the ATV tours still open. You like what you're doing and running at full capacity and ready to go. And are you starting to see some of the leaves change back there in the backcountry?
And that's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, we're very known up in this area, especially out on the Rubicon and some of the areas leading down into the Carson Valley. You know, when the leaves start to change, you'll see people on the side of the road with their easel and paintbrush painting the scene. You know, every year. It's just it's fantastic.
How long have you been in Tahoe?
About 25 years now.
And it never gets old, huh?
No, it doesn't.
Never, ever gets old. I've been here 20 years, and just the other night we were all down at the beach and taking pictures of the sunset. It never gets old. You never go,
sometimes you take it for granted.
You know, you're driving
down along the highway, you just got to pull over and go, oh my God, this is gorgeous.
It is. And especially with where you are going to, back in the back country, and being able to check out some of those different little nooks and crannies to realize how big the basin really is.
It's amazing. And if you can go travel to the Bay Area or what have you, and then come back and reappreciate, which is kind of
absolutely
nice. Always nice to get home.
What's the difference between, say, the Rubicon Trail Tour and the Pine Nut Mountain Trail Tour?
The Pine Nut Mountain is the high Nevada desert, so it's more of an open area. We ride in the river washes and sand roads at the foot of the Sierras, so the Sierras are your backdrop from there.
It's beautiful.
And it's a gorgeous. It has sort of an aesthetic beauty all its own. So it's a really, really neat thing to do and to appreciate it. It's not like when most people picture the desert, they're talking about, as far as you can see, flat sand. It's not like that at all. There's rolling hills and trees and the smell of sage in the air, which is really neat. And the Rubicon Trail is, of course, one of the top 10 four-wheel drive trails in the country. So it's more technical and rocky and boulder-riddled, and you're up here in the pine trees as well. And so you travel by a couple of alpine lakes and actually take your breaks at the shore of Miller Lake. And we do private lunch trips where you can, do all kinds of stuff back in there.
That's great. Who are these trips for? Is it a family thing or?
A lot of it is, and we're a very family-oriented company. So when 2-Up ATVs came out, we introduced those right away, where kids can actually travel with the parents. And that's opened the doors to a lot of the families with the younger children being able to do it, and to grandma being able to go too. That really doesn't want to drive her own, but doesn't want to be left behind either.
Yeah, being in a safe situation and checking out things that you would never normally do on your own, to be able to have your guided tour.
And like everything else, the technology has really stepped up. So you've got things that are comfortable and smooth, and you don't have to shift. There's no clutch. Like in the old days, where you had to. There's a learning curve to it. There still is a learning curve, but anybody can do it. It's just a matter of squeezing the throttle and going.
How fun!
Yeah, very fun.
You're year-round. You excited for the snow to fly and snowmobile season?
Yeah, I'm very jazzed and apprehensive too. Last year taught us that there could be a year without any snow, and so I think everybody's a little bit scared going into the winter that we're going to see something like that. But if you look at the records, it should be another 100 years before you see anything even near that.
At least I hope.
No, we're jazzed. Actually, we're working on snowmobiles now and getting everything laid out for the winter time. And we stay open on the ATVs as well in the whole transition period. So once the Rubicon closes down, we move the operation down into the Carson Valley, and we'll still operate from then until the snowmobiles arrive. And usually we have some crossover as well. So some people actually will snowmobile and ATV in the same day.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, super cool what you do out there. John, in from Lake Tahoe Adventures, Nevada Adventure Company. I appreciate you coming in and telling us what's going on out there. Sounds like a great time. We'll be back with more Tahoe Today in just a moment.